Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and this is Business Spotlight. Joining me today is Gennaro Silvestri, who is president and CEO of Appa Canada and Tag Intercontinental. Thanks for joining us today, Gennaro.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Well,
it.
let me just start by asking you, what is Appa and what is Tag Intercontinental, and what do those companies do?
So Appa Canada, we are the direct importers of Piaggio Appes to North America. So we have distribution rights to the classic three-wheel unit, the Piaggio Appe. A lot of people here know them as a tuk-tuk, but it truly what it is, it's a Vespa with three wheels. So in 1947, when Italy was trying to climb out of the war and people needed utility vehicles and all they had was a Vespa, Signor Piaggio had this brilliant idea of affixing a back to it, and hence the Appe was born. So Appe in Italian means bee, so they're the little worker bees. So now, and then our other company, Tag Intercontinental, is a company that's exclusively driven by quality products brought to you from predominantly Italy, but from around the world. Our tagline is purveyor of cool things. So we focus on unique items. We've got a very high-end handmade Italian e-bike, an Italian folding e-bike, and we also have a really cool little follow-you robot called Jita. And we also have a scooter, which has been designed by the engineers from General Motors, the Totem Lynx. And again, they're also all based in Italy as well.
Okay, super. Let's talk a little bit about Appa first. First of all, when did you start that?
So Appa Canada started in conception just probably about 5-6 months before COVID, and finally our showroom opened in January. So it's been a bit of a grind, but it's, knock on wood, things are going and they're going the right way now. So.
Okay, and where's your showroom?
So we have a showroom in the southeast part of Calgary. So it's 4527 104 Ave. We have a nice cappuccino bar in the front. We have the Appes, we've got the Gita, we have our e-bikes. So if someone wants to come and try some really neat items and look at some unique pieces, definitely come on down. And, our business partner is Pietro Rizzo with Cappuccino King. So we've got an amazing machine in the front. We have coffee on all the time. And yeah, we don't want to take things too seriously. I think the world's a little too serious, and we want to bring back a little bit of Dolce Vita and fun.
All right, super. Bringing back the Dolce Vita and fun. You know what? Those little vehicles, I tell you, I'm always amazed by them. When you're in Italy, you see them everywhere, right? And but you know what? I've seen a few of them here in Calgary. There must be things that you guys have sold, I guess.
We have sold, actually, most of our units have actually gone elsewhere. I mean, yeah, we're based in Calgary. People caught on to this kick in about 2014. They started looking at the vintage ones, and this whole little mini food truck craze started. So there's some Prosecco carts. We actually have one of our clients is showcasing their unit in our showroom, and theirs is sodas or suds and sodas, and they produce adult floats and kid floats as well. So you take a nice cool beer with some gelato, and it's amazing. So.
Yeah. So what are people buying these little vehicles for? Like, what are they using them for?
You know what, Mario? It's crazy. Everything from a Prosecco cart, a little food truck, amazing uses for like campsites. The thing that most people don't know is for how small this little unit is, it can actually hold 1,000 pounds.
Wow.
So like that's, if you put it in perspective, you're looking at like an F-150 holds a little less weight than an Appe can.
Wow.
And it's a third of the price. Well, actually, it's less than a third of the price, but it's a third of the size, and it's fun. Like, that hum of that diesel engine, that and the puff of smoke brings you right back to Italy when you were kids.
Oh yeah, I know. You just it's such a joy, you seeing those little vehicles. Whenever I've been to Italy over the years, I've always and I remember my kids love to see those things. Oh, look at that! Like, wish we could drive one of those, right?
Well, now they can come here and see them.
yeah, exactly, right. So, what got you started into bringing Appe here, the the little vehicles, and also the other cool things through
You
Tag.
know, you know what, Mario? It actually started with my kind of hunt and desire for heritage. Like we're slightly different vintages, but same kind of era. And you know what? I've always had a fondness for things that were Italian. Back in the day, I had an Italian restaurant. And it was all about heritage for me. And I started looking and seeing what people wanted for these units. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like they want so much money, and they're not that expensive. Well, you start doing research, and led me to one rabbit hole down another rabbit hole, and here we are, almost 3.5 years later, and we're the dealers for North America. So it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Piaggio's a massive company. They've got so many lines. So we're hoping that opens up a lot of other opportunities as well, as we show them what we can do with the products here. And then go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish that.
I would say, and then the app is, because I flew to Italy, I wanted to maximize my time because I went on a business trip. I started looking at this whole sector known as micromobility. It's a sector of our world that Europe has embraced for many, many, many years, but we're just starting to see it here, with the Lime scooters and stuff like that. To kind of backtrack, to give you maybe a little bit of statistical information on it, Europe produces 1% of the oil that they actually use. So you look right now, a liter of gas in Italy right now is €225.
Yeah.
That's insane. So they had to always look at alternatives. And even from 1947, converting a Vespa to a little truck, and the roads there are tiny.
Yeah.
When you,
and
the roads are tiny. But now when you go to Italy, like for example, when I went to Torino for our meetings with our scooters are everywhere. You're tripping over them, because I had to go to a university campus. All the kids are using the scooters there.
Yeah.
And they've got Lime, they've got Bird, they've got about 2 or 3 other different ones. And I started looking at it going, this is a crazy part of our world that North America is just touching on. Like, we've only had scooters, 2 years, I think, in Calgary. We've had scooters, more or less. Micromobility 2.5 years ago was $500 million business. Last year, it was $150 million business. This year to date has already surpassed that number.
Wow.
So it is an incredibly huge sector of our business. And even with our Appas, we're about 40 days away from bringing in our first electric Appas. First electric Appas to North America, let alone to this side of the world. Wow. That will be revolutionary, but we have to go through a lot of stuff with Transport Canada, because currently they're not street legal, but we're working on that as well. So.
Well, that's pretty cool. You did mention just briefly the robot Jita. Tell me a little bit about that. What is that?
So Gita is produced by Piaggio Fast Forward. So Piaggio Fast Forward is a company based in Boston. Oh, sorry about that. My apologies. Piaggio Fast Forward is a company that's based in Boston, and Piaggio is the largest shareholder. They've produced a follow you robot named Jita. Now, Jita, as we had discussed a little earlier, it comes from the Italian word, a little trip. Facciamo una gita. So people think that a robot carrying your stuff makes you lazy. Well, the whole premise is, how much more would you walk if you had someone to carry your stuff? Perfect case. I can walk to the grocery store in 6 minutes, or I can drive in 10, but I never walk, because you don't just go for carrots. You go for carrots, milk, steak. Then you pass by the liquor store, you grab 3-4 beer, a glass of wine. And, you kind of keep going. Well, you don't want to be carrying that down the street. Well, now with Jita, you can take 50 pounds of stuff in the big one, or 20 pounds in the little one, and it just follows you down the road, which is kind of nice.
Cool.
And the reality is it's double-edged, because now you're becoming a little healthier, because now you're not driving like I did, you're walking. So it's better for you. And you're also reducing that carbon footprint.
True.
The average commute in North America, Mario, can you guess how long it is? The average
commute by vehicle, I'm presuming?
Yes.
Like I would say probably a half hour.
3.4 kilometers.
3.4 kilometers. Okay.
is the average commute. So can you imagine if we eliminated 50% of those commutes and had a Jita?
And you don't really need to take a vehicle on 3.4 kilometers, really.
No, I mean, I drive a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Do I need to drive a pickup truck every day? I can walk, right? Look at where gas prices are going, and look at all, our government has always been pushing green initiatives and green, electric. Well, now you have an option that really doesn't change your lifestyle. It actually makes you a little healthier. Why not, right?
Okay, so Gennaro, tell me again the address of the showroom.
4527 104th Ave Southeast.
All right, I got to come down there. So I can test drive a lot of things, can I?
Everything. I'll put you on an Appa. I'll put you on an $18,000 e-bike. I'll put you on a folding e-bike. I won't put you on the Jita. I'll let you walk with the Jita.
Oh yeah, I guess I will have to do that, because truly that will be a dream come true of driving one of those little vehicles. Because I've seen them. I've driven, I've ridden, I guess, a Vespa, and I remember those little motorbikes in Italy when I was a kid. One of the I guess the most exciting and fun things I ever did as a kid. I remember being 14, and I remember being 10 on summer trips to Italy, and just hopping on those little motorbikes, going everywhere, and
so much fun.
But yeah, that three-wheeler, boy, that'll be a dream come true.
Well, you know what? We're going to have, we'll obviously invite you, but when it gets a little nicer out, so June, we're going to have a little grand opening party, and we've got already some of the Italian shops that are interested in coming, and we'll have everything outside. We'll have, some really tacky accordion music playing, and we'll have as many people here, and it's just going to be fun, and people can try. And we had even an old gentleman. We did an event for Gino in Edmonton when we opened the newest Italian center.
Oh yes, yeah.
And these little old Italian men, like tears in their eyes. They're like, "Oh my God, my dad had one of these." My God! You know what? And you see that kind of stuff, and it gives you goosebumps.
Wow.
And I love it.
Well, thank you, Gennaro, for bringing this, as you call them, cool Italian things, but bringing sort of like Dolce Vita to life, so to speak, in Calgary. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Mario. I appreciate it all. Thank you.
All right, super. That was Gennaro Silvestri, who is president and CEO of Appa Canada and Tag Intercontinental in Calgary. I'm Mario Toneguzzi. This has been Business Spotlight. Thanks for joining us today.